One of the more chaotic events at a wedding are the family group photos with the bride and groom. Apart from hair and makeup running late, this is the number one time killer at a wedding. And when family photos take too long, it eats into other events that were planned. So take notes, because in this video, I will be explaining the best way to capture all of your family members with the least amount of chaos in the shortest amount of time. Hello everyone, my name is Bill Rice and I am a Tampa-based wedding and portrait photographer, and I have owned and operated Bill Rice Photography since 2006. In that time, I have photographed over 700 weddings, countless engagement sessions, tons of family portraits, and pretty much everything else under the sun. My focus of this channel is to help educate and guide you, future brides and grooms, about how to plan, execute, and enjoy your dream wedding. So please give this video a like and consider subscribing to help my channel grow. That way, I'll be able to spread my message to other people just like you who might also be in the process of planning their weddings. Okay, so here's the scenario. You've just had your ceremony and it's time to do your family photos. Your family is all on standby to be called in by the photographer, but Aunt Karen is missing. So your Uncle Bob goes to look for Aunt Karen, and Aunt Karen miraculously shows up out of nowhere, but now Uncle Bob is missing. Meanwhile, 6 or 7 minutes have passed waiting for Aunt Karen and Uncle Bob. Now 6 minutes may not sound like a lot of time, but at your wedding, it's quite substantial. You probably planned on joining cocktail hour after family photos, or doing couples photos at the beach or park. And it's crunch time. But Aunt Karen ate up 6 minutes of a very expensive day. The reason I feel that this topic should be addressed is because I see it time and time again as the biggest time waster at weddings. But think about this. Say family photos are going to be done right after the ceremony, and we have a total of 1 hour before your grand entrance into your wedding reception. Also, what if we still need to do wedding party photos and romantic photos with you and your brand new spouse? Oh, and you might need to bustle your dress, and you've practiced and learned that it takes at least 12 minutes to do. Add in a bathroom break and a quick retouch of hair and makeup, and that 1 hour of photo time gets shorter and shorter. And unfortunately, you cannot make up time in a wedding. Something must get cut, because your next event is right around the corner. I always let couples know that if they want the images from their wedding that they've seen in my portfolio, you must give me the time to do them. This is why a good wedding planner and photographer that keeps to these times is vital for your day to be the most enjoyable with the least amount of stress and to get you the photos that you've paid for. During the pre-planning of every wedding I photograph, I always have a conversation with each couple about their day. We design your day down to the minute. What time hair and makeup is to be completed, what time you should be getting in your wedding dress, the time and length of the ceremony, when does cocktail hour start, what time is grand entrance, when is dinner served, are you doing a first dance, parent dances, cake cutting, bouquet toss? You get the point. A wedding has so many moving parts that it is vital to coordinate a timeline so your drivers, vendors, catering staff, and everyone else involved can all perform their duties while making your day feel organized and fun in that time span. When I talk with a couple and we're designing their day's timeline, we chat in a little more detail about family photos. I start by stating that typically, more often than not, and most couples will agree with me, that family photos include parents, siblings, aunts and uncles, cousins, grandparents, and all of their significant others and their children. I then ask them if they want anyone else included in their photos, such as sponsors or godparents. Finally, I ask if there is any family drama that needs to be addressed now, so I don't put your mother next to your stepmother in any photos. I keep notes on all of this so I don't make anyone feel awkward or excluded during family photos. Now, before I go any further, some couples want to give me a list of people they want photos with. I explain that during the time crunch between the end of the ceremony and your reception's hard start time, my method might be better, so hear me out. I'm always open to getting as many photos with family that they want, But when we need to call in people, call out people, call them back in and out, it never goes according to plan. If I know all the family members that you want involved, it's much easier for me to call them in when appropriate. So here's how I suggest you do the photos after the ceremony. First and foremost, don't assume people know to stick around after the ceremony for photos. I will always speak to the officiant and ask them to announce at the beginning of the ceremony to silence your phones and for immediate family to remain for photos following the ceremony. Then another reminder at the end of the ceremony when the officiant gives instructions such as where to join cocktail hour. If they forget to announce it at the end, I will do it. I then usher the bride and groom to the area where we'll be doing all the photos, usually where they just were standing for the ceremony. I will set the couple up and give them a few simple instructions on how to stand and how to hold each other for all of these photos. These are formal photos, and I take a few extra seconds or two to arrange everyone to look their best. I don't want sunglasses on people's heads or drinks or tissues in their hands. I will first ask the bride's parents to step in. I will then ask the bride's siblings to join them. Then I just keep building. Aunts and uncles, cousins, grandparents, all of their significant others, and children. Once I've photographed every single person on the bride's side in one giant group, I will ask everyone to step to the side, but remain right there because I'll be calling you right back in almost immediately. This method gets the entire bride's family in one photo, followed by each family group in the bride's family, like her aunt and uncle with her two cousins, or each set of grandparents. I will end it with the bride's parents stepping back in and inviting the groom's parents to step in. This way, we get both the bride and groom with both sets of parents. After this, the bride's side is finished and can leave for cocktail hour. Then I'll repeat the exact same process with the groom's side. Now, all of that might sound chaotic to you, but this isn't my first rodeo photographing a wedding. I know from years of experience that this method is the absolute best way to get all the family in the shortest amount of time. Now, what I just went over should take no longer than 10 to 15 minutes tops, even with a large family. 99% of the time, if this goes over that 10 to 15 minute mark, it's because someone we need has wandered away from where the ceremony took place and we need to find them for photos. When we plan your wedding, all of your vendors know the importance of being on time and sticking to that master timeline. Unfortunately, family members aren't always aware of how things need to be on time and flow according to that master timeline. They are the wild card in the wedding deck because they aren't informed to our schedule of events. So I guess the bottom line of this video is to do 3 things to assure your family photos go as planned. 1 is notify your family they'll be needed for photos. 2 is let them know to remain in the immediate area for photos after your ceremony. And 3, have a great photographer that can quickly direct 30 to 40 people in 10 to 15 minutes. Of course, there's always another way to avoid worrying about wandering family members and missing your cocktail hour. Simply do all of your photos prior to the ceremony in what's called a first look. But that's a video for another time, maybe right after this. I think so. It'll be linked right here or here. Thank you for watching.